LCX is going to 100x. Right guys, today we're going to be checking out an interview from LCX CEO MontyMetgzerceo, where he's going to be talking about why LCX is the next 100x token, why LCX is also the next Quant, and he's also going to be joined by Quant CEO Gilbert Verdian. But before we get into all of that, we're going to be checking out why LCX is behaving pretty similarly to how Quant was behaving, right? But just it is in an earlier stage. So without further ado, let's get into it. And as you guys can see, LCX's price is sitting at $0.00685 or roughly 6-7 cents, right? And Quant's price is sitting at 115. But LCX right now, if you guys can see, it is in a very early stage of development. It's got a very similar pattern as to what Quant did, right? The only difference is Quant is a little bit ahead of it, and Quant has a little bit more utility and higher tokenomics, right? But the tokenomics are there. If you look at the ratios, they're pretty similar. If you look at the whole picture, it's pretty similar, and how they're both in interoperability. As you guys can see, LCX's market cap is sitting at 52 million, while Quant's market cap is sitting at 1.3 billion, right? And for me, anything with less than 100 million market cap is an instant cop. For you guys, I'm not sure. Like, obviously we all have different strategies, but that's how I see it. And yeah, the volume is down 40%, 24-hour trading volume, which you could look at as a bad way, but you could also look at it as from a good way. Like, people are holding, and yeah, it is sitting at 351,000, right? Pretty low, if I do say so myself. And yeah, for the day it is looking kind of bearish, but for the week as well as the month, it is looking cool, right? Regarding Quant, like, obviously it has a higher price, higher tokenomics, but overall it is in a further stage, right? It is in a much further stage than what LCX is doing. In my opinion, they've got very big similarities, and I could see LCX reaching $10, $20, $30 in the very near future, which would be pretty similar to what Quant did if you look at it right here, right? The ratios are pretty similar, so nothing like that would surprise me. Now, with that being said, let's check out this interview.
LCX is a regulated fintech company that focuses on digital asset trading, compliant token offerings, and tokenization. LCX recently received 8 blockchain-related approvals by the Liechtenstein regulator, more than any other company in the country. Liechtenstein itself is a country next to Switzerland and Austria in the middle of Europe, and has received a AAA country rating from Standard & Poor's. That's the highest country rating a country can get. Liechtenstein has introduced the most forward-thinking legal framework for cryptocurrencies and blockchain companies, providing legal clarity and security for LCX users. So,
before he continues, obviously it being based in Liechtenstein is a huge plus, right? Obviously, right? Like, they're so pro crypto there is insane. I don't think any country is like that. Even America, nothing is like that, especially in Europe. No other country is like that. And you could tell, right? You can tell through the crypto exchange that they have. It's very safe, it's very regulated, which is very important for a crypto exchange. And yeah, it just gives me trust, you know. And yeah, I'll let him continue now and see what he has to say.
Today's show title is The Truth About Enterprise Blockchain in Interoperability, and I'm excited to welcome a special guest. Our guest has over 20 years of cybersecurity experience and C-level accountability as a CIO and CTO. He is recognized as a pioneer in cybersecurity and digital ledger technology, DLT. He has held senior roles in UK and Australian governments, working in Downing Street, HM's Treasury at the Cabinet Office, and so on. Also had been working in private sector at MasterCard, PwC, HSBC, and he is one of the first to understand the importance of interoperability in driving mass adoption of blockchain-based infrastructures. So already back in 2015, he created the blockchain ISO standard TC307, which has since then become an international effort with 53 countries involved and working together to standardize the technology. He is also chair of the UK's National Committee on Blockchain and Distributed Ledger Technologies, as well as the Interoperability Working Group for ISO. He also sits on the committee of the Federal Reserve, the European Union's Blockchain Observatory, Pay UK's Cybersecurity Board, and UK Government's DLT Committee. He is known to be the CEO and founder of Quant on Quant Network. Please welcome Mr. Gilbert Verdian.
Yeah, guys, that was a long introduction, but it speaks volumes into how much Gilbert has done for the financial industry, for the crypto, blockchain, as well as for the CBDCs industry as well, right? Gilbert is someone that we cover on a daily basis almost on this channel, and he is the main reason why we believe in Quant so much, right? So them working with LCX is just insane in my opinion, and makes the credibility of LCX even bigger for me. Like, at least for me, them working with LCX just breaks them through the roof.
Let's activate him here. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Monty. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Yes, we are excited to have you here as well, and this will be a lively discussion. Everybody is invited to post their questions. Just post them on YouTube in the comment section, and we'll pick the best questions. For the best question, we are also giving away an award. So today we're giving away one of our LCX caps. So we'll pick the best question afterwards and then let you know on Twitter who won this. So let's get right into that. LCX Insights Live, the truth about enterprise blockchain and interoperability. So Gilbert, what is Quant? Let's start with that question.
Thank you, Monty. So Quant, we're a technology platform. We've solved interoperability between permissioned and permissionless DLTs. What we're doing today is not only enabling interoperability, but enabling the connectivity between networks, so distributed ledger networks. And that's the core of our technology, is about connectivity and allowing that seamless adoption from a enterprise use and a developer use perspective, simplifying how blockchains operate because they're extremely complex, and enabling that to be really fit for the future. You know, we want our technology to be embedded at the core of governments, of infrastructure, of enterprise, and for it to be there for the next 10, 30, 20 years or more.
Yeah, we have covered Quant a lot on this project, like I said, but that was a rough explanation. Now I'm very interested to see how LCX fits into this whole equation, right, and how it can be integrated with the interoperability features of Quant.
Excellent. Yeah, I think that's a good first introduction now about what you do. But there are a few components, and let's break it down step by step, and then you can explain. So first of all, there is the QNT token, the Quant token. It's also traded at LCX Exchange at exchange.lcx.com. Gilbert, what is the Quant token, and what are the token economics behind it?
Yeah, thank you. So the QNT token is something that we minted in 2018 as a way to secure the network and as a way to bill and charge for licenses and for the utilization and the utility of the network. So at its pure sense, we did everything to the core as making it as a utility token, and it's actually evolved. So QNT is with what's coming in the first half of 2021, which is not that long from now. The Overledger network is going live. We'll be having anyone hosting gateways to run their own gateway on their own servers and their infrastructure. That means they will pay for licenses in QNT, and all the transactions can be billed using QNT across the network. And so our job is to create this open ecosystem where anyone can be a participant, where is in the background bringing enterprise and institutional use cases to the network. We have lots and lots of meetings every week with governments, with enterprise, with institutions, with clients who want to build new technology and new what we call MDApps, so multi DLT, distributed applications on top of the network. So the QNT token is at the core of everything that we're doing. And what happens is, if you own gateways and you run this on the network, when you process transactions, you get paid in QNT. It's a great ecosystem that we're building, and this will evolve. We want to make it the currency and the payment option for all the data and the transactions that are being put on the network, so people can actually trade in QNT, and it can be used for hundreds and hundreds of use cases around AI, data. If you want to do an MDAP on payments, if you want to do an MDAP as an exchange, if you want to do anything, computes, if you want to create like an AWS equivalent on the Overledger network, all of this is possible. So QNT has just become that, pure utility token that can be used for everything.
Yeah, pretty good explanation, right? We know this already. Quant is amazing, right? And I think it would fit well with LCX and how the utilities behind it are.
And then looking at the platform itself and your company, I mean, it's not just a vision and an idea. You actually build the core infrastructure already. Can you give us a rundown on what's the product? Where do you stand in terms of the development?
Yeah, so Overledger has been live since 2018, so we're very early to build a technology. We solved interoperability as one of the earliest ways we've seen, and we built it that's enterprise ready. The idea is you want a technology that's easy to use and integrate to an existing enterprise platform or a financial system or other type of system. We did interoperability when no one thought interoperability was a problem, but now in 2021, you can see why are people being limited to a single DLT. You can't force everyone to run on the one blockchain. You can't connect other blockchains easily. So our approach is really, that enterprise wrapper and that grade, that pedigree of technology that is easy to implement for a large scale organization. So interoperability today is really all about how do I make my DLT that I've picked, and everyone has different preferences. They use private permissions or public permissionless. How do I make my DLT and my systems and my applications talk to other DLTs? Because I need to trade and transact with other partners. I need to have cross-border transactions. I need to do remittance. I need to do a supply chain that has 3 or 4 or 5 DLTs. And how do I put them all together and make them talk to each other?
Yeah, so that's all we are going to cover for today. Obviously, he went into the interoperability issue with LCX or with Quant, right, with the Overledger platform, how live it has been. And I know they didn't talk that much about LCX, but trust me, they will get into it further and further in the interview, and I will keep that for another video. So make sure to stick around, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that video, the second part, and if there is a third part as well. And as always, I love talking to you today. It's been great, and peace.